Welcome to the auction block. You wake up, you check your phone, you scroll, you tap, you like, you swipe, and with every motion, you are for sale. Not your body, not even your time. Something more sacred, your mind. You're not a citizen in this world, you're not a human being. You're a product, a data set, a consumer profile, a behavior pattern with a price tag. In every single day, you're being bought and sold in silence. Not in chains, not in cages, but in full freedom. That feels nothing like freedom at all. You think you own your thoughts. No, they've been rented out to algorithms. You think you make your own choices. No, your choices are curated, calculated, sold to the highest bidder before you even know you want something. You were born a soul, but they turned you into inventory. Let's peel back the curtain. The marketplace isn't outside, it's inside your head. You imagine slavery as something old. Shackles, ships. But modern slavery is smarter. It's seductive, it smiles at you, it feeds you dopamine, and it never raises its voice. It doesn't need to, because the real market isn't your job or your wallet, it's your attention. Your attention is the new oil. And every app, every ad, every pop-up, every ping, they are not just annoying, they are hooks buried in your brain, designed by neuroscientists, trained by AI, backed by billion-dollar empires to do one thing: steal your attention, monetize your identity, and sell you back to yourself. You are not browsing, you are being branded. Every time you scroll, you're being studied, refined, quantified, sold, repackaged, sold again. This is not paranoia. This is the business model. You are not the customer. You are the commodity. Your soul is on subscription. Netflix, Spotify, YouTube Premium, Amazon Prime, TikTok, Instagram, OnlyFans newsletters, courses, coaching, products, programs, prompts. Every company on earth has realized one terrifying truth. If they can rent your attention long enough, they own your future. Because if they shape how you think, they can shape what you buy. And if they shape what you buy, they shape what you become. And if they shape what you become, you're not really you anymore. You are a walking algorithm, an echo of marketing strategies, an obedient little marionette dancing to a rhythm you didn't create. You have 10 tabs open, 17 notifications, a brain that hasn't known stillness in years, and a soul that's drowning in stimulation. But you feel like you're in control. That's the most brilliant part. Slavery that feels like freedom. From citizens to consumers to content. Once upon a time, you were a citizen. Then they turned you into a consumer. Now you're content. You don't just consume social media. You become it. You don't just scroll it. You feed it. Pose for it, perform for it, live for it. Your smile is a strategy. Your opinions are optimized. Your personality is filtered. Your truth is marketable. You're not just being bought and sold, you're buying and selling yourself. And the saddest part, you don't even know you're doing it, because you're too busy making sure your caption hits, that your audience grows, that your metrics stay high, that your value, your worth, your digital price tag stays competitive. This isn't living, it's auctioning. You are not the buyer, you are the product you think. Because you don't spend money, you're not being sold. No, the apps are free because you're what's being sold. Your time, sold. Your behavior, sold. Your patterns, sold. Your insecurities, especially sold. Every click you make is a breadcrumb. Every pause you take is a signal. Every word you type is gold. And someone is watching. Not with binoculars, with bots. Not with curiosity, with hunger. Because to them, you are not a soul. You are a wallet with feelings. A vessel of predictable behavior. A meat puppet with dopamine triggers they've already mapped. And they're not hacking your phone. They're hacking you. Your attention is the battlefield. Your mind is the currency. And the war is already happening right behind your eyes. Pleasure. As a weapon, we're not held down by force. You're held down by pleasure. Not real joy, not meaning, but synthetic. Hollow, endlessly repeatable pleasure. They don't need bars when they have screens. They don't need prisons when they have pornography, fast food, and infinite scrolling. You think you're free because you can choose what to watch. No, they gave you 10,000 distractions to make sure you never choose who to become. Comfort is the cage. Pleasure is the leash. And you're the obedient animal who never questions the zookeeper. They built a world so comfortable, so numbing, so instantly gratifying. You stopped asking yourself what real freedom even feels like. They taught you to love the poison, to crave it, to fight for it, to defend your slavery because at least it tastes sweet. But you're not living. You're drugged, mentally sedated, emotionally medicated. And all of it, every bite, every button, every like, was designed to sell you something, because a numb man buys more than a free man. Because a hungry mind is dangerous, but a fed ego is easy to enslave. They didn't chain your hands. They shackled your dopamine. The illusion of choice. Here's the trick. They'll never tell you what to think. That would be too obvious. Instead, they flood you with too many options. They drown you in content. They bury your instincts under infinite noise. You feel like you're making choices. But every path you walk was designed in advance. Every freedom you celebrate is a pre-selected sandbox they allow you to roam. It's not freedom, it's curated liberty. They show you 5 cages and say, pick one. And when you do, you feel powerful, but you're still in a cage. Freedom doesn't feel like scrolling, it feels like silence. Space, the terror of making a real decision without pre-programmed suggestions. But they'll never let you taste that, because the moment you do, you become dangerous. A person who thinks is a threat, a person who chooses is a weapon. A person who feels again, they can't sell that. So they don't offer you choices. They offer you funnels. You didn't choose who you became, they nudged you there. One targeted ad at a time. How you're trained to sell yourself now. Here's the sickest part. They don't even need to sell you anymore. You do it for them. You wear the logos. You post the content. You showcase the lifestyle. You flex the purchase. You're not the buyer, you're the billboard. And the deeper you go, the more you build your own prison, your own brand, your own digital identity, optimized for approval, designed for applause, and hollow of soul. You sell your privacy. You rent your authenticity. You convert your personality into currency. You're not expressing, you're advertising. You're not connecting, you're performing. They've turned your identity into inventory, and you're proudly shipping yourself out. One story, one selfie, one post at a time. All for what? Likes, clout, a dopamine spike that vanishes in 30 seconds. This is slavery in silk. Chains, made of clout. A digital plantation with Wi-Fi. You are being programmed. If I told you there's a system designed to shape your opinions, manipulate your beliefs, control your emotions, and direct your actions, you'd call it a conspiracy, but it's not. It's the advertising industry. It's the social media algorithm. It's the attention economy, and it's not evil because it exists. It's evil because you never knew it existed. They don't need to control your body, just your impulses. Your reactions, your thoughts, they feed you content to keep you docile. They feed you outrage to keep you reactive. They feed you dreams they know you'll chase and never reach. Because if you ever reached them, you'd stop consuming. So they don't want you happy. They want you hungry. Hungry enough to buy. Numb enough to obey. Distracted enough to never ask, who am I beneath all this programming? That question terrifies them. Because if enough people ask it, everything collapses. Comfort. The most addictive drug ever created. Forget heroin. Forget alcohol. Forget money. Comfort is the most addictive substance on earth. Because it's invisible, socially accepted, even celebrated. They convinced you that a good life means a cozy couch, a high-speed connection takeout delivered in minutes, a job that doesn't ask too much, a schedule that never pushes you content that makes you laugh, and zero confrontation with your own stomach. Here's the deadly part. Comfort doesn't make you happy. It just makes you quiet. A man in comfort never revolts. A man in comfort never questions. A man in comfort becomes docile, easy to rule, easy to milk. You're not free. You're sedated. You're not living. You're consuming. They don't need a gun to your head. They've got your favorite show playing, your favorite meal waiting, and your mental muscles slowly rotting from disuse. They didn't conquer your land. They conquered your attention span. They didn't burn your flag. They replaced it with a brand logo. Freedom is terrifying. That's why you avoid it. Let's tell the truth. You're afraid of freedom. Real freedom doesn't feel safe. It's not cozy. It's not trending. It's not easy to monetize. Real freedom means you unplug. UUNLEARN. You go without the dopamine hit. You sit in stillness. You wrestle with the terrifying idea that you've been asleep for years. Real freedom requires pain, discomfort, sacrifice, silence. It demands that you stop being what they made you and start becoming what you were born to be. But most people can't handle that, so they stay soft, addicted, distracted, comfortably numb. They trade the fire of their soul for air conditioning. They exchange their voice for a comment section. They surrender their destiny for convenience. Because to be truly free, you must suffer in the right direction, and they've taught you to run from all suffering, even the kind that would set you free. The system doesn't fear your voice, it fears your wake-up. Who can scream online? You can post angry tweets. You can protest with hashtags. The system doesn't care. It's built to absorb your outrage and profit from it. What it fears is silence, reflection, radical awakening, inner rebellion. Because the moment you stop consuming their lies, start rejecting fake pleasure, begin choosing discomfort on purpose, decide to reprogram your own damn mind. That single quotes as when you become dangerous. Not because you yell the truth, but because you embody it. You're not meant to be just another angry post in the feed. You're meant to be the glitch in the system, the spark in the dark, the soul that said, I refuse to be sold. But to get there, you have to die. Not physically, but mentally. Die to the version of you they built. Kill the comfort. Starve the algorithm. Shattered the identity they sold. You. Only then does something real rise. Something unconsolable, uncontriable. That is the man they fear. That is the woman they cannot sell. The final sale, your future. Every day you remain asleep. You auction your future to people who don't care if you ever wake up. your health, sold for convenience. Your values, sold for clout. Your purpose, sold for paycheck and praise. Your time, sold by the hour, by the click, by the scroll. You're not just being bought, you're being drained. One notification at a time, one dopamine spike at a time, one piece of your humanity, silently shaved off until you're just another ghost in the machine. You think slavery is about shackles, but it's not. It's about submission. And right now, most people are bowing to a god made of screens and ads, but you still have a choice. How to burn the contract. You weren't born to be bought. You were born for danger, for depth, for creation, for war. The inner kind, the one that rips the lies out by the root and screams, I will not live on my knees. So how do you escape? Turn off what numbs you, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts. Choose boredom over fake stimulation. Let your brain detox. Let your soul whisper again. Question, everything you've been told is normal. If everyone's doing it, it's probably poison. Reclaim your time. Guard it like gold, because it is gold. Rebuild your values from the ashes. Not based on likes, but based on truth. Embrace discomfort as the gatekeeper of freedom. No freedom ever came without pain. This is not a trend. This is not a motivational video. This is a rebellion, and the price of freedom is your comfort. But the reward, a life they cannot monetize, a mind they cannot infect, a soul too bright to sell. You were never meant to be a product. They branded you long before you knew what branding was. From the day you were born, they slapped labels on you. Student, citizen, voter, consumer, target, audience, algorithmic, output. You were never just a person. You were always a unit of value. Every breath you take is measured. Every interest is monetized. Every fear is weaponized. They sell you back to yourself in pieces. You're not complete, they whisper, by this course, this outfit, this lifestyle, this belief system, this identity. And you do, because they taught you to crave what keeps you weak. But listen to me, you were never meant to be a brand. You were never meant to be optimized. You were never meant to be broken down into metrics and sold like meat in a digital market. You were meant to be wild, unpredictable, free, but wildness doesn't trend. Freedom doesn't scale. Truth doesn't generate quarterly profits. So, instead, they give you entertainment, approval, fake rebellion, and filters. They keep you busy, hungry, lonely, confused, and compliant. You think this is life. This is slavery, wrapped in sleek UX design. The most dangerous act left. To become real again, you want to fight back. Then don't tweet. Don't debate. Don't scream into the void. Transform. Become the version of yourself they hoped you'd never meet. The version that can sit in silence without panic. The version that creates without chasing clout. The version that embraces discomfort, hunger, discipline. The version that doesn't just wake up, but stays awake. Because waking up is just the beginning. It's the crack in the glass. The moment you stop asking for permission and start forging your own blueprint. And when you do, they can no longer sell you. Because now, you are not for sale. You don't fit their boxers. You don't chase their carrots. You don't flinch when they try to shame you. You are no longer predictable. No longer programmable. No longer profitable to parasites. You are something ancient, something holy, something final. Human. Not a product. Not a brand. Not a puppet. Human. Now choose the cage or the flamelets. End this with a choice. Not a click. Not a scroll. A real choice. Will you stay bought? Or will you burn the dam? Catalog. They trained you to be afraid of freedom because freedom can't be marketed. They want you comfortable because comfort keeps you quiet. They want you fed but starving inside. But if there's even a spark left in you, a flicker, that says this isn't it, then it's your responsibility to ignite it. You will be misunderstood. You will be mocked. You will walk alone. But you will be yours, not theirs. And that, my friend, is priceless. Asterisk,